Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, who else is going to sing up here? We got Maud on board. Are you going to sing with us? Yes. We're going to find out who these ladies are after we sing this song. Here we are at Downtown Greens. Here we go. Something's going to happen and it could be good. Something's going to happen and it could be good. Something's going to happen and it could be good. Something's going to happen like we knew it would. Oh, well, things will change and leaves will fall and it will rain, transformed before your eyes with no time for chasing. Why did that have to happen? Oh, you never know just how life is going to go. So you jump in your boat and row, row, row. Jump in your boat and row, row, row. 'Cause something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we knew it would. Ooh, yeah. That was so pretty. I think we should do it again. What do you think? All right, here we go. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we knew it would. Oh, you gotta aim high and go for your pie in the sky. Go ahead and trust yourself. Everything will right itself. So go ahead now, follow your dream. Jump in your boat and row, row, row. Jump in your boat and row, 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 row. Here we go. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we knew it would. All right, thank you, ladies. We'll get you back up here. It's good to have a rousing chorus to open the show. I'm going to invite Miss Sarah Perry to join me. Hi, Miss Sarah Perry.
Hi.
So you are, what is your official title?
I am officially the Executive Director of Downtown Greens, where we are right now.
Yes, okay. And this is a organically managed public green space in the city of Fredericksburg.
Yes.
And look, this is an amazing, wonderful thing. Look at this.
Yes, we have some young people climbing the trees, getting some of these beautiful plums right now. They're perfectly ripe and ready to go.
I'm going to hand those to you, and you can give everybody out there
in TV land.
A TV land. So, yeah. So those trees were planted, what, 15, 20 years?
You tell me.
I don't know.
So you might not know on camera here, but this lady is one of the founders of Downtown Greens. So 25 years ago, this lady started Downtown Greens with some friends. So.
And now this lady is the executive director, and things are going on, and there's actually people who can come climb trees and pick fruit.
Yes, and thanks to the people who planted trees years and years ago, because the trees that we're planting now are not ready to go yet with such beautiful fruit.
But they will be in a few years.
Yes, yes.
Now, Downtown Greens under your tutorship, leadership, and I think that Miss Sarah Perry does not toot her own horn. In fact, we were at the coffee shop talking today about how you do not toot your own horn.
I don't like to toot.
You need to be tooting your own horn. People, if you do not know who Sarah Perry is, you should know who Sarah Perry is. And yes, I like the title, Executive Directrice or Director. So it's great. But what is the big project coming up?
Well, we have a very big project coming up, and maybe I'll get you to. I know we're talking about now, but I would like to also talk about the past, and because it relates. The land that we were on right now. This is what we call the Upper Garden. It's the garden space that's separated by Dixon Street from our headquarters building. and the lower garden, which is the garden behind our headquarters building. And this piece of land was purchased in 1999, I believe, by auction. And so here we are in 2020.
Yeah, we paid cash. We paid cash for this piece of property. Went to auction, paid cash for it.
Right.
Debt free.
Yes. Free. Yes.
That's the way to do it.
That is the way to do it.
Yes.
And this new project reminds me a lot of the old project. But this new project is we're trying to acquire a parcel of land that's in the city of Fredericksburg that is 56 acres. It's a little bit bigger. 56 acres of wetlands, the last agricultural space in the city, and mature trees. So there are these beautiful mature trees. There are these
hello, my little friends, come down and join us. Or yes.
And so this land it's been for sale for 10 years now, and we got caught wind of it, and we and some other people caught wind of it, and there's a chance that this land will be paved over and turned into a parking lot and a warehouse. And so we kind of got our heads together as a board of directors and as a staff, and we got our, some of our lovely members of the community together, and we've thought of this beautiful way to use the land. Kind of extending what we're already doing, which is, education. We have programs to teach kids and adults, how to sustainably and organically garden and farm. So kind of extending that into the farmland area, but also the environmental education in the wetland area, partnering with people like the University of Mary Washington, the science departments there, and Germana. We'd like to partner with the school system also to provide some technical training in the agriculture space as well. And also just providing a space like this.
Okay,
for people to enjoy,
just
for
so
kids
so that the people on Facebook understand. There is a tree behind us, and there are children scavenging in the tree, and they have denied being quiet. And we also have the highway right below, because this is really inner city living, so that's what the noise in the background is. And perhaps you can hear us above what's going on around you. But in fact, this piece of property, when we got hold of it, was permitted, and we had the permits and the plans to build 18 townhouses on this corner.
Yeah, I don't know if you can kind of pan out to see. You might want to scoot over.
Yeah, it's a little hard, but so
if you pan out just to see the space that this could have been 18 townhouses, and now it's this beautiful garden that anybody's welcome in, sunrise to sunset. You're welcome to climb the trees, grab the fruit. We've got a mulberry tree, we've got sour cherry trees, we've got sweet cherry trees, fig trees, we've got service berries, we've got.
And now it's what, protected in the Virginia?
Okay, so we have a conservation easement on the property, and it will always be green forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
And if you go back to when they were trying to revitalize Fredericksburg, somebody did a drawing, and there was another parking lot drawn over this, like they were going to come and use this as commuter parking. And commuter parking is a wonderful thing, and I use that VRE too, but having this sort of space is...
Right, so instead of paving over grass and land, let's try to repurpose land that is maybe already paved and turn it into parking. If that's something that the city needs, let's look at what we already have and try and repurpose and reuse. Yeah. As opposed to paving over.
Okay, so the thing is, you will, and I noticed, and I didn't interrupt you in the middle of your sentence, but you said we're trying to, and I would say, let's just say we're doing.
We are doing this. Yes, we are doing.
And
this.
It will make me cry to say this, but I mean, what's the difference between this 1.5 acres and 18 townhouses when downtown Greens had nothing and was nothing, and 50 acres now that downtown Greens has something? And as long as it's a value, then I think it will fly just fine. And and then like I left, and everything is just more and more beautiful, so it's a really positive thing for our community, and I really appreciate your managing all these people. Like when I was here, nobody got paid to do anything, and now there's how many people are on staff here?
We have 5 people on staff.
Like what a blessing that is, you know. People get paid to work in an organic garden, and that takes a lot of management and relationship building, you know, because
sure. But I must throw credit back right at you, because without the foundation that you built for this space and the gardens and just the love you put in all of the gardens, especially like the lower garden. If you've not been in the lower garden, you've got to go there, walk around. A lot of the original plants
they're all still
that
there.
Laura put in are still there. There are some new ones, but a lot of what you see is all Laura's doing. So we're so appreciative.
Yeah, and it's nice to have something that it doesn't really, I mean, the more money that you have, the more programs you can have. But even if there aren't any programs, then there's still trees.
There's still a space that people can walk in, that people that don't have yards or don't have a backyard.
And if you
can just come and relax.
And this piece of property that you're getting, it is, what did you say, the last?
It's it's part of the last farmland in the city.
Okay, so we have lots of parking lots in our city. We have one farm left divided in a couple of people. Let's just see if we can, you know. Okay, enough on that subject.
Yeah, you can sign up to be a fan. What's that on Facebook? A member of the Downtown Greens Facebook page. I don't know. Friend. You can be a friend of the Downtown Greens Facebook page, and you'll get more information on this upcoming campaign that we're going to have.
Yeah, and if you got to buy somebody a present, maybe you know, donate in their name. Wouldn't that be good? Like, think about it.
That's a great idea.
Lots of us have more things than we need, so maybe.
Yeah.
So there you go. May rivers of wealth come upon this situation.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. I really appreciate you. What I really like is that you come I was here on the show
2 years ago?
2 years ago, and things have progressed so much. And during COVID, all sorts of outdoor activities, and I see on Facebook all the time different activities here, and that's a testament to, like I say, your ability to create relationships not only with the people that work here, but the people that donate their time here, and the different teachers that donate their times, and the different things. So
we have lots of
it's a skill
in this
community. Carry on. Okay, lovely to have you.
Thanks.
We're so proud. Oh my goodness, here, and we're gonna send this. Now, wasn't that exciting? Here we are. The little monkeys are gone from the tree. Can you believe the children were just climbing the tree, taking whatever they wanted? Well, I did the same thing when I got here. The squirrel had knocked this off. I was just taking what I want. And oh my God, they're going to take all the fruit. Oh, no, the fruit will rot. Nobody will pick it. Which is it? Maud, would you care to join me?
Oh, yes.
The Bionic Viking. I'd like to introduce you folks to the Bionic Viking. Dun, 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 dun. Maud, I'm going to clip this right here and see how it goes.
All right. And in honor of being in the garden today, I'm going to do a garden song.
Oh.
It's both about a garden and a warning.
Oh.
To young women.
Oh dear.
Come all you young and tender girls that flourish in your prime. Beware, beware, keep your garden fair. Let no man steal your time. Let no man steal your time. For when your time has passed and gone, He'll care no more for you. And in the place where your time was spent, we'll spread all over through. We'll spread all over through. A woman is a branchy tree, and man's a clinging vine. and from the branches carelessly. He'll take what he can find. He'll take what he can find. Come all you young and tender girls that flourish in your prime. Beware, beware, keep your garden fair. Let no man steal your time. Let no man steal your time.
That line about the man is just a clinging vine.
Anyway, so at Odd Box this Wednesday,
Yes.
Tom Miller and I, otherwise known as the Bionic Woman and the $6 Million Man, will be playing a classic rock show at Odd Box Studios at 7 o'clock on Wolf Street.
I know, isn't that fun that our community has this new sort of like pop-up venue going on?
And it's a free show. Bring a chair. It will be fun. 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Well, thank you, Miss Laura.
Wait, before you go, is my scarf right there behind you? Like a white scarf? Oh, here, it's right here. I have it. This is, you know, Maud. Maud is the queen of fabulous, wonderful things, and I guess you refer to yourself as the Bionic Woman when you're playing with the $6 Million Man.
Yes.
Because you have some bionic parts.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't need to go into it too much, but anyways, she's bionic, but you're also of Viking ancestry.
Right, Laplanders.
So when you're
Germans.
all by yourself, you can refer to yourself as the Bionic Viking.
Oh, yes.
And what is this called?
This is a pennular, and it was used by many different civilizations throughout history to pin their clothes together. You can poke it through, or you can basically use it to hold your scarf or your cloak on.
And so, Maud, Maud gifted me this cute little gidget, and I just wanted to have you say the name because I couldn't, well.
It's called a pennular.
A pennular to pin your clothes or your hair.
And that's probably I would guess the Roman word for it, pennular, but I'm sure other civilizations called it something else.
And Maud also
decorated my dear
me
Laura
for this show. Maud is the queen of fancy get-ups. Reishi.
Yeah.
Those reishi,
The conch.
The conch, yes. And this is also a reishi. Explain to me how this can be.
So, just like plants, if you ever started a seedling and the seedling has a low light level, it'll stretch, and it's just stretching for the light.
Yes.
This is similar, except it's stretching for oxygen.
because the bag
keeps the CO2 levels high in this channel.
Because remember, the mushroom, like us, is breathing oxygen, and it's kicking out CO2. It's getting trapped in this bag. It could, it could perish. No.
Nope.
There's enough. Okay.
No, there's enough. I keep this bag. I just have this. I do nothing. I shine a very bright CFL, cool 5000K, a cool blue light on the top of it, and bright light all day long. And it does great, and there's enough oxygen in there where it's growing, and it's great.
So we made one of these
at the mushroom workshop.
Yeah. So so you give mushrooms here, mushroom workshops here at Downtown Greens, and when people take the mushroom workshop, they go home with the ability to grow at least one set of mushrooms if they follow directions precisely.
They build one of these. Size kits right here.
Well, and it's interesting because I saw one of these in my friend Trisha's house on her counter in a little glass jar, and it looked like a sculpture. It was on the bookcase.
Yep.
And I think I remember, so these, where were these growing? I think I've seen fake ones.
No, they grow everywhere.
Or maybe I've been in, I swear I've seen plastic ones.
They almost look fake when you see them because they have a lacquer finish on them.
Yes.
These don't quite have the lacquer finish. Certain species do. And they look fake. They look like this.
Yes.
Yeah, but they come out naturally like that.
It looks like coral.
Kind of
Yeah.
looks like coral.
And then the conch, and yeah. So the living the organism itself is down here. This is the organism. This is what's doing all the breaking down of nutrients in the environment. If we dug far enough, we'd find mycelium under these wood chips right here.
Sure.
It's just the ambient fungi.
Yeah.
And so this is what's doing the main part of the work with the fungi.
And
The mushroom is the reproductive part.
oh,
Yes. Yes.
this is how
Saucy.
this is how they attract other fungi. Okay, so they do they? Yes, yes, perhaps this mushroom will be interested in meeting me. Now, okay. Now, some fruit trees have a male and female fruit tree.
Yep.
But these are more, and there's male and female.
Male and female.
And
Way more complicated with fungi.
oh,
Yes, there are thousands of sexes in fungi.
oh,
Yeah,
did you say thousands?
thousands.
I thought we were confused with like LGBTQ. That's only
Right,
5.
That's only 5. Yeah.
Thousands
Yep.
of sexes.
Yes. It's not quite the same, and I don't fully understand it, so I can't speak
Okay.
much to that. But there are. It's way more complicated.
So in this bunch right here, or in this cute little bag full right here, there could be more than one sex, or is it the way all in the each cell?
The spores.
The spores.
Yep. Yep. The spores. So, in order for mushrooms to reproduce, spores need to find each other. So a spore will land, and then it'll start to grow into a network, and it'll come across other networks that did the exact same thing. And so there's mating pairs that
Of
connect.
roots underground.
Yep.
Twiddling around each other.
Yep. That connect, and then it needs 2. So it's
Yeah.
dikaryotic. So it needs 2 in order to form a mushroom again.
Yeah.
To start the cycle over again.
But it can be any 2 of thousands?
Of thousands, yeah. The combination, there's
Something,
there's
yeah.
a gazillion combinations that can happen.
Mycelium under the ground help the trees communicate.
Yes.
The myceliums, that's right.
Yeah.
We have a fun fact from the audience, which is that the mycelium, they carry nutrients and communicate under the forest floor.
Yep. They warn of predators that are coming into the forest. They help distribute nutrients in the forest to the saplings and the younger trees. And yeah, it's a whole world that we are just starting to tap into.
And so in this particular variety of mushroom, the reishi mushroom, but not the conch-shaped
Not.
reishi,
No.
not the conker. This white part is the growing tip.
Yes.
And how long till this mushroom is quote unquote mature? Or does it have a mature?
We did our first workshop here at Downtown Greens with the reishi 6 months ago, 7 months ago, and Laura, hers is still growing. Like, she still has white tips, so they can grow for a year or more if properly cared for.
And then these particular mushrooms are more medicinal than culinary?
Yes, yep. They're woody, they're tough. People make teas and tinctures, and I believe Jamie Cooper, did Jamie Cooper make this? Yep.
I don't know, she wants her, Does she? Yeah, does she want, yes, we should
she?
plug her shop. I didn't mention her name because I didn't ask her if she wanted to be mentioned, but baby, this is Facebook Live, here you are. We've been enjoying, I've been sharing this. I took a little bit of this to relax before the show.
How to do? Do you feel relaxed?
I think so, and I'm funny as, so it must be working.
Yep. And so do you know if she used the mushrooms that she grew in the workshop in this tincture?
I think that's coming up. But
It's coming
I
up.
think that's what was grown by Janet.
By Janet in the
Okay, so these were
part of the workshop.
local grown, and my presumption is, does this particular mushroom have more of its medicinal building bits when it's fully grown? Or does it, or could you use it partially grown, or still growing? I guess.
I don't know the answer to that. I do have some thoughts on it, though.
Oh.
If you harvest this while it's still energetic
Yes.
and alive.
Yes.
I think it might carry some of that into the tincture. I'm not sure on this. There's no clinical studies done.
But it just makes sense.
But it just makes sense.
It does, or
Yes.
the idea that like the longer it sits there, the more medicinal power, stuff it collects in its tissues. Okay, wait, now tell me something about mushroom tissue. This is the other, I learned the funniest things. Well, it's not haha funny, but okay, so mushroom tissue cells, right? The cell walls are super strong.
Super strong. Made out of chitin. Same thing that shrimp shells and cricket shells are made out of. And we don't have the digestive enzymes to break down chitin. So don't eat raw mushrooms. Always cook your mushrooms.
Yes, I.
Yeah, that's a little public service announcement.
Yep.
Because if you eat, like when I go, I have that healthy raw salad. So what you're saying is that when I consume that mushroom, the cell walls in the mushroom with this chitin,
Yep.
which is that with a C or a K?
See.
We don't know, a C.
Yep.
Look it up, people. Do your due diligence. We're up here yakking away with cars going by. Like, what do we know? You know I'm an expert on this subject. But if we cook it, then it breaks it down. Otherwise,
Breaks it down.
just passes through. And
Alcohol also breaks it down.
alcohol also breaks it down. What
Heat
about
and alcohol.
and what about other? Because this is in glycerin. Anyways, yes.
Glycerin, yes, it's varying
Different
degrees.
Yes, vinegar, my guess.
Yep. Yep.
What about if you
Blanching?
just blanch?
It's a good question. If it was a soft tissue mushroom, I would say it would definitely start the process. Something like reishi, it's not long enough. You need to do it for an hour, 2 hours at about 160 degrees. You don't want to go full boil. Keep it at 160.
160 happens to be the same temperature that you boil milk to before you make yogurt. I think
Oh,
it's
wow.
100. I could be wrong. It's
Magic
been a long
number.
time that I've done it, but it's ringing. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. Okay, so back to our chicken coop though. If the floor of the chicken coop this is what the floor is going to be. This sort of, it's going to be more of a hard packed, or not necessarily.
Not
up
necessarily. The top layer will stay drier than this would stay.
Yes.
So the mycelium itself will pop itself up, but mostly it's going to stay just under the surface of the floor, and then the chicken's just walking on it, and all that will expose a little bit of mycelium, turn it a little bit, and then start moving the poop like down into the floor.
Yeah, so it's not going to be like a hard mat.
No,
It's
no.
going to be more of a litter
Yep.
that gets scratched around. That is just fascinating.
And then the soil, the floor will turn into the best soil amendment at the end of the year.
And then
So once a year, you refresh the coop floor, and top dress your garden, or do whatever you want to do with it, and then start over every year.
And will the floor fruit, i.e., have some mushrooms pop
It's a
up?
great question. I think so.
Might not have enough light. I
Might
wonder.
not have enough light. Exactly. They need light, and I do believe some, but I think that overall the disturbance may or may not prompt fruiting. I don't know yet. There's not a lot written on this. There's a guy named Chad Cotter wrote a book, and he talks about it and gives diagrams and details on how to build this in his book, but he didn't mention if it would fruit or not. I don't know if I'd eat the mushrooms or not that came out of that. I don't know.
Okay, we're
Yeah.
going to have to
We'll get back to you.
Yeah, we're going to
We'll
have to tune back in on this subject.
Yeah. I can't wait. It's super exciting.
And so
there's no runoff. There's no toxic runoff at all from your chicken coop at this point. 'Cause
Right.
There's a stream in my
Oh my
backyard.
gosh, and that
Yeah.
chicken farming is one of the most horrible
Yeah.
toxic things, and they
Definitely.
could do this on a
Yeah. If we could get this into best practices for different agencies, like that would be amazing to do some sort of mycelium filter. But it hasn't really been proven outside of small scale applications yet.
well.
Yeah.
Get started.
Get started.
Get
Yeah.
started.
Yep.
Okay, we're excited to hear about this. Okay, and is there is there a planned mushroom workshop happening at Downtown Greens?
There is. July 26th is our next one, and we're working with turkey tail mushroom. this time.
Yeah, and turkey tail is one you see quite a bit out in the woods, in the wild. Free range turkey tail mushroom. Wow.
We want to grow it.
Yeah, turkey tail is really the only mushroom that has been in human controlled clinical trials, and that drugs have been influenced or inspired by the turkey tail mushrooms. There's a compound called PSK in turkey tail that has pretty potent antiviral compounds and anti-tumor compounds as well. And so it's kind of a big deal. And it still has a long way to go, but I do recommend turkey tail tea. Just, you know, turkey tail tea, you brew it up, you drink it. It's very, very, very good for you.
It just blows my mind, all these uses for mushrooms and all the different things that people are doing with them.
Yeah, yeah. And I love to see more and more. It's going mainstream in the world, it seems. Maybe it's my little world, but I do believe it's beyond my little world.
Well,
I see it going into the mainstream.
Yeah, and some cultures have respected
for a long time.
For a long time. Okay, well, thank you so much for talking. And
thank
I mean,
you as well.
I'm like, look. Oh, and the other thing we learned from the movie is what we're that there's was it a theory or a fact that there was a chain and we split, right? There was a chain going along of evolution.
Of evolution.
And there was a split, and one split was the fungi and one split was the human. Now, was that
Animal.
a theory or
no, that's
animal?
That's well documented.
Okay, so this is my long lost Uncle Millie. We called him Millie, although it was a he, and it was all about that thousand sex thing. It was very confusing. We called it Millie. Off we go. All right, I'm going to take your.
Thank you, Laura. This was great.
You. I really appreciate what you do, and I would sometime, we'll have to talk about coffee roasting next time, because that has its own things.
Awesome.
All right, who are we going to get up here next? Trishy?
Would you like me to tip there?
Yes, if you would be so kind. Hi, Miss Trishy.
Hello.
This is my friend Trish.
Thank you.
And you've come and gone from Fredericksburg for a while. She's my hostess for the
stay.
And I asked you to talk with me because I knew you'd be fascinated with I knew I could hypnotize you. I could mesmerize you with these.
What do you want to know?
Well, I want to thank you for having me as a guest in your home.
Absolutely. Easiest guest ever.
Well, thank you. And I think that it's really impressive that you have come back to town and you just started your own business.
Yeah, in the middle of a pandemic. Why not?
In the middle of a pandemic. And so what is your business?
My business is Made in Fredericksburg, MAID. And it's a housekeeping service, so we clean houses. I do a little bit more than just cleaning, but the main focus is cleaning. I have my little organization side gig that I do within Made in Fredericksburg.
Yes.
Also.
Well, and what I find interesting is that somehow you had I don't know whether it's foresight, the cojones, the desire to you bought a program online, so you invested some money. Mm-hmm. You got a bookkeeper,
an accountant, yes,
an accountant.
Yep.
And you're insured, or
you're insured. I have the workers' comp. The whole
workers' comp.
Everything. Yeah, the insurance is really important, especially for customers. You're going into their house. You're dealing with some oftentimes very expensive antiques or musical equipment. I clean for a lot of musicians, so I haven't sent anybody else into some of these houses. They're not properly trained yet, but there's a delicacy and you got to be insured for that stuff. So
yeah, and I think that how, like for me, the idea of spending all this money on a program to keep track of things, and an accountant, and some insurance, and some workers' comp, and now I've got to buy a vacuum cleaner, like all of that seems really frightening to me. Were you frightened? What made you think that?
I think I've spent all of 2020 and part of 2021 frightened. You know, but there was just so much upheaval in the world and everybody's lives, and watching too much TV creates so much anxiety. So there was like already this fear, and then starting your own business, it's like, but you know, really it was just like one step at a time. My friend said, hey, do you want to clean my daughter's house twice a month? And I was like, and I said, yeah. And because previously I had tried starting a business called Jackrabbit Fred, which was a lot of fun to like design, but it was more of like a courier service, which I thought would be great during the pandemic. Nobody's leaving their house. I'll go grocery shop for you, whatever. But, you know, it's hard to compete with Uber.
Wait. So you started one business that didn't work out, and you were somehow empowered to start a second business, which is working out.
Which is more logical for me. I enjoy cleaning.
Yeah.
I have an eye for detail. I love cleaning.
And Trish will set you straight.
And Trish will set you straight. That is for sure.
Yeah, creating. Thank you. Yeah, it's about creating a fresh energetic space. You know, we have things all over our house and dust, and you know, that's stagnant energy. So I like to move all of that and create.
So how did you know when it was time to let go of the Jackrabbit Fred dream, which sounds like a fun dream, like Girl Friday, driving around, fun.
It was fun.
So you had to let that go.
That was easy because there wasn't anything happening. It was easy. I mean, for my mom and for some friends.
Yeah,
you know,
okay. So let me tell you, when there ain't nothing happening, you let that stuff go.
That was easy. Yeah.
Okay, that was easy. And so then, I mean, like, was it? So at what point did you decide to start the second business? Or did you just
The Made in Fredericksburg?
Yes.
Like I said, when my friend asked me, do you want to clean my daughter's house twice a month? And I said yes. And then I think I had one other house that I was cleaning, and then I was like, why not? Well, and then I cleaned downtown Greens. I did a deep clean for them, their office and their kitchen. And then I just realized, I'm like, I'm good at it. I enjoy it. And that's what we should be doing, is what we enjoy doing and what you're good at.
Right.
I used to be I'm a gardener and a housekeeper and a dance teacher and I'm blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no. Narrow down what you're good at, put your energy into that, and you'll be set.
Right.
Everything else is just fun and extracurricular. Right. But to have a solid, this is my business, this is what I'm giving my energy to, of the ups and downs, whatever, you're doing it.
Yeah.
So,
and your goal is to hire some staff. Because our friend Ryan, he has a company. He said his goal was to the only company rule was not to have staff.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's Trish, and you got a different company rule, which is have nothing but the best staff.
I would love to have the best staff and a happy staff. I feel very strongly about having people who also enjoy cleaning, you know, enjoy their job, have a nice work environment to come to, and make it worth it for them to come to work. You know, like, I'm not going to go clean somebody's house for $30 because it's not worth me even loading up my car, getting in it. And then, you know, I'm not even factoring in the cost of supplies and the insurance and the workers' comp. You know, there's so much that goes into it. So I don't, you know, without factoring that, there has to be something that makes them want to come to work. And so I try to pay them well, you know.
Right. And you charge what you charge. And if people want to pay what you charge, that's great. And if they don't, they can pay someone else that'll do it for a different price.
Right, yeah. I mean, and, you know, there's plenty of companies to choose from. It's just a matter of what it is that you're looking for. For me, you know, I'm from this area. People know me. And if they don't know me directly, they know somebody who knows me. It's kind of like Sarah Perry, 3 degrees of Sarah Perry. You know, so it's, I'm grateful to be back here at community. There's a lot to be said for community. For sure. And to have started a business and be as successful as I am, coming, you know, having started mid-pandemic, and it's still increasing. Some people are like, please just come clean my house. I don't care, you know, we'll all wear masks or we'll leave while you're here, whatever. You know, they're having fun. They don't want to clean their house. They're out, they're living their life, you know. So that's also a joy of, like, some people work really hard or some people are out having fun. And it's like, I come in, I make your house nice so you can just chill out.
And people could give you as a Christmas present. You could give Trish's top to bottom house clean to your aged aunts for Christmas.
There have been gifting of deep cleans.
Yeah, a deep clean.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the other thing is you've worked out a system. So there's a deep clean is one thing, and that involves what, like the baseboards.
It varies from what the client wants. Yeah. Windows, inside windows, baseboards.
Motorcycles. Do you wash the motorcycle?
No vehicles.
No vehicles. Okay.
No vehicles. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So depending on what your needs are. All right, well, I think you're very brave. I think we're going to sing one more song and call this a day. Excellent. Do you want to come sing? You sit here. You can sing. Just sit here. Maud's going to come up. Anybody else want to sing along? And
scoochie.
Scoochie.
Perfect.
And then somebody is going to. Oh, there's one more thing, Brett.
Let's have Brett sit here.
Brett, come on. Would you get? We need 1 second of your time to tell about this performance, because we had the pleasure of going to see a little truncated Shakespeare in the park. Yes. And it's going to be, there's a step around here just so we can see you, and then you can stand and sing with us if you want, or you can desert the stage. This is Brett Milstead, and you are a part of what is the, here, sit it right there probably, or stand up. Is he in the picture if he stands up? Or?
You're in the picture.
Okay. You can stand, okay, stand at attention and tell the camera about the play.
Well, it's put on by Stage Door Productions. It's the Shakespearean play As You Like It. And today we're performing at 3 o'clock at Camp Park. And next week there are 3 performances at the actual stage itself, which is 810 Caroline Street. And tickets are $10. So.
Yes, oh yes, hopefully we've heard. Yes. Say that one more time, because we may or may not have heard you.
Let's see, what did I say?
Something about where the play. Today there's a performance?
Yeah.
Today at 3 o'clock at Camp Park, and tickets are $10. And next week there'll be 3 performances at the Stage Door Productions, the stage at 810 Caroline Street. So
perfect. Okay, we're heading out. I enjoyed it. I just, you know, a little Shakespeare. You can't go wrong with a little Shakespeare. Can't go wrong. Don't jump for. Oh, you know, in here there's a little shaker. Should we get that out? We got a little shaker in here, folks. Brett didn't even know. Poor fella. He's just been he's shanghaied in. I think it's called conscription. Drafted without whatever. Anyway, here we go. I don't jump freight trains when they roll by. Don't like the blues, I'll tell you why. I go downtown when I wanna smoke. Woo, life's just a joke. But I won't go sitting in my neighbor's yard, 'cause he's been working mighty hard. I go downtown, but I don't wear shoes. Ooh, no, I don't sing the blues or wash cars. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry the sunshine too. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, but let the sunshine through. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry my rain in a bushel basket, let the sunshine through. I won't get cross if you smile at me, and I throw my troubles out to sea. I don't wear black or need a heart attack, 'cause we could be happy, how about that? Yeah! Don't think much about what could go wrong, and no one will sing about any song. I look at you, I shake my head, Lord knows some people, they'd be better off dead. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry the sunshine too. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, let the sunshine through. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry my rain in a bushel
bushel basket. Carry my rain in a bushel basket. Let the sun shine through. I don't see Saturn when I look at the stars, but I know it's out there, and so's Mars. Don't think much about the evening news. Oh, don't sing the blues. I don't like ham, but I do like toast, and I certainly don't care who you hate the most. I don't care how it's always been done. You could give in, but still have a little bit of song. Carry my rain in a bushel basket. Carry the sunshine too. Carry my rain in a bushel basket. Let the sun shine through. Everybody! Carry my rain in a bushel basket. Carry my rain in a bushel basket. Carry my rain in a bushel basket. Let the sun shine through. You let your sun shine through. Don't keep your light under a bushel. Goodbye, we did it.